If you have watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, you know why Michelle Yeoh's performance has been receiving a lot of praise and why she's been nominated for Best Actress in this year's Oscars. However, the actress has been acting for more than 30 years and has become many people's favorite actress. Some of you would remember her from movies like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or the contemporary romantic comedy Crazy Rich Asians, where she played Eleanor Young, a protective mother who was against her son's choice of partner. But despite her impressive resume, this is her first Oscar to win, one of the highest accolades in the industry. In this video, we're going to discuss what Michelle Yeoh winning an Oscar could mean for Hollywood, the impact it could have on diversity and representation, and why it's long overdue. But first, let's dive into a quick overview of Michelle Yeoh's career. Michelle Yeoh was born in Malaysia in 1962 and started her career as a beauty queen before transitioning to acting. Her breakout role was in the James Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies in 1997, where she played the character of Wai Lin. This led her to being cast in a variety of high-profile projects. She gained critical acclaim for her role in Ang Lee's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in 2000, where she acted as a skilled and deadly martial artist, which earned her a BAFTA nomination for Best Actress. In 2008, she starred in the biographical film The Lady, where she played a Nobel Peace Prize laureate and politician from Myanmar. Michelle Yeoh has also made a name for herself in the action genre, with notable roles in films such as Police Story 3: Super Cop and The Mechanic: Resurrection. In recent years, she's been involved in several big-budget franchises, including the Star Trek series and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Michelle Yeoh winning an Oscar is a significant moment for Hollywood in terms of diversity and representation. Hollywood has been criticized for its lack of diversity, and many believe that the industry is still far too white and male-dominated. A win for Michelle Yeoh shows that the industry is moving in a more diverse direction, and it'll inspire other women of color to pursue careers in the entertainment industry. Unfortunately though, total representation of the Asian community in Hollywood is poor, with just 2.4% of them represented, with the representation of women even worse. Asian actors for a very long time have also struggled to get more serious roles. They've been stereotyped as martial arts experts, geeks, or sidekicks to the white protagonist. There's also the big studio's false beliefs that people are unlikely to watch Hollywood movies with Asian actors in the lead role. This has caused them to fill roles that clearly should have been given to an Asian person, and they were instead given to a white person with a bigger name. A good example is Ghost in the Shell, where we see Scarlett Johansson playing a Japanese protagonist. Of course, this is nothing compared to the early days of cinema, when Asian actors were largely completely excluded from mainstream roles. Hollywood has a long history of so-called yellow-facing, the practice of white actors donning makeup and costumes to attempt to portray Asian characters. One of the most prominent victims of yellow-facing was Anna May Wong, a talented Chinese-American actress who rose to fame in the 1920s and 30s. Despite her undeniable talent, Wong was often relegated to playing exotic, submissive characters in films such as The Toll of the Sea and Daughter of the Dragon. She was even passed over for the lead role in the film adaptation of The Good Earth in favor of white actress Louise Rayner. Fast forward to the present day, and we're seeing more and more Asian representation in Hollywood. One of the most well-known examples is Lucy Liu, who rose to fame in the late 1990s and early 2000s with her role in Ally McBeal and Charlie's Angels. Liu's characters were strong, confident, and fully realized, a far cry from the subservient characters of Wong's era. Nevertheless, when it comes to a fair representation among award winners, Hollywood still has a long way to go. Yes, it's true that since the first Academy Award ceremony in 1929, Asian people have won Oscars in various categories. But all in all, it's only a total of 20 individuals of Asian descent. This includes actors, directors, writers, and other film industry professionals. Some notable Asian Oscar winners are Ang Lee, who's won Best Director twice for Brokeback Mountain and Life of Pi, and Bong Joon-ho, who won Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay for Parasite in 2020. Other Asian Oscar winners include Ben Kingsley, who is of Indian descent and won Best Actor for his role in Gandhi, Miyoshi Umeki, who won Best Supporting Actress for her role in Sayonara in 1958, and Jung Ye-jeong, who won Best Supporting Actress for her role in Minari in 2021, and who remained one of the only two women of Asian descent to win an Academy Award in acting, until the latest Oscars in 2023. Michelle Yeoh has been a vocal advocate for diversity and representation in Hollywood. By the time Michelle was ready to move to Hollywood, she had realized that getting a lead role in Hollywood was, lightly said, difficult. She quickly understood the environment in which she found herself, but despite how annoying it might have been, she refused to dwell on the negative aspect. For the first time, I understood that I am a minority. Despite how long it took, she was glad that it's all changing, and after almost 30 years of being in Hollywood, she lands her first leading role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. The movie turned out to be a blockbusting hit and has been the reason the actress has claimed almost every notable award there is to claim. She snagged the Golden Globe and the Screen Actors Guild Awards for Best Actress. This is probably one of the most exciting moments of her career. While giving her speech at the SAG Awards, she talked about how hard it's been to get to that moment and that the joy of finally getting rewarded for all her hard work would make her heart burst. This is also a big deal for Asian representation, especially with women, and a wake-up call for Hollywood to stop limiting their roles to specific stereotypes and instead acknowledge that Asian actors and actresses can take up any role and do wonderfully well in it. Winning an Oscar would also mean a lot for upcoming Asian actors, who would now be taken more seriously and would also feel seen. The Asian American community takes more and more matters into their own hands, and we hope Hollywood will appreciate them more often for their work. More and more Asian descended people become producers, writers, directors, and major crew members. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Michelle Yeoh said, "We need to make sure that we have diversity, not only in front of the camera, but also behind the camera. We need to have diversity in storytelling, in the scripts that we write, in the directors that we choose, and in the actors that we cast." A good example is Daniel Kwan, the Chinese-American writer and director who partnered with Daniel Scheinert to create Everything Everywhere All at Once, allowing them to cast a number of Asian actors without bothering about their race, but rather their talents and what they're able to bring to the table. Sometimes there are specific changes that are unlikely to happen if we don't work towards taking the reign of leadership. If we'd like certain things to work in our favor, there are times when we have to be the ones in charge of coming up with the ideas and how we'd like them to be implemented so that those who are opposing it or don't buy the idea have little to say about it. And interestingly, the result of this is sometimes mind-blowing and very encouraging. With the level of success Michelle Yeoh has achieved over the years, and how she's been able to finally defeat the stereotype that has plagued Asian actors, especially women, we see Hollywood taking them more seriously, and we see more Asian actors understanding and accepting that they deserve to be taken more seriously and shouldn't be treated as a minority by itself, but instead as a significant part of the people pushing the movie industry forward. This also reminds us that there might be challenges to attaining our dreams, some of which would be so difficult that it feels like the world is against us, and sometimes it is. But if we consistently put in the work, just like Michelle did, and see every challenge as a stepping stone to our greatness, there is a high chance that we're just a step closer to our dream. Michelle Yeoh is truly an inspiration. Tell us your favorite thing about her in the comment section, and thanks for watching.